Welcome back to 100 Days of Nice. Today we're going to talk about how we can use gratitude to help us deal with trauma. The nurturing self-talk of the day was I am grateful. In previous videos, we've talked about the power of gratitude and how gratitude helps us transform our emotional and psychological state. And I knew I needed to use gratitude as a vessel to help me hold the depth of a lot of the emotional pain that I was holding at this time. On my caseload, I was working through a lot of sexual trauma with my clients, and then that was bringing up some of my own personal stuff that I had to work through as well. So there was a lot of heaviness that I needed to hold, and I was like, gratitude, help me do your thing, because this load is pretty heavy. So how did I do it? The I stands for integrity. My integrity practice, I was using writing, and I recommend writing a lot as well, because when we're just like thinking things, our thoughts jump from here to here to here to here to here to here to here. It's kind of all over the place. When we're writing, we are more likely to complete a thought or to have more complex thoughts and be able to generate plans and stay focused. When we're just kind of free thought, it's less likely to happen. So I practiced gratitude journaling, prayer journaling, creative writing. I did some inner child and reparenting work in my writing as well. And I think I did like about 20 pages on this day. The C was practicing compassion for my past selves. So younger versions of me were coming to the surface and I needed to extend compassion to them. So that can sound like you're doing the best you can. You did what you needed to do for us to survive, for us to make it another day. And for that, I thank you. For that, I am grateful. Thank you for doing the best that you knew how to do. And I got it from here. Don't worry. I got you. We're good. We're safe. We're going to be okay. We're moving forward, etc., etc. The benefit of being able to do this type of work as well is the way that trauma typically works. We get sucked back into that moment in time. And so we kind of lose touch of our present self, and then our younger self kind of takes over, and we're reliving those experiences over and over as if they're happening in the now. When we are consciously going back, we're kind of able to go back and be observers. So we're able to go back and see what is happening, but not relive the experience. So that allows us to maybe pay attention to other variables that we didn't notice at that time, or be able to attribute different meanings, or change the emotional context of that memory. So we can't change what happened, but we can change the psychological impact and the emotional impact that those memories have on us. We can change the meaning that we attribute to those memories, and going back and doing that with that intention, with the intention of changing it in a way that serves our well-being and our health and empowerment, is a big part of a lot of the work that I do. So that was something that I was also practicing with myself. The emotional intelligence, I was feeling heartbroken, like dealing with sexual trauma, sexual abuse, oppression, racism. It's sad, it's heavy. I was definitely feeling very heartbroken on this day, which is why I needed to create so much space for me to process all of that and make something empowering or healing or beautiful of all of that. So I'm going to share in the description one of the poems that I wrote that was inspired by the bravery and courage of a lot of my clients and some people in my personal life. It kind of just like mixed all of it together and wrote a poem about it. So check it out. The link will be in the description. But there's one piece I didn't share that I'm gonna make special for you here on YouTube. And it's part of how I was able to move from the state of being heartbroken to a place of feeling inspired to show up, inspired to shine, and inspired to be better. So I wrote, "You have the ability to hold space for pain, but we never learned how to release it, how to intentionally and creatively transmute it. We heard, God won't give you anything you can't bear, but we were never taught how to bear. We heard, everything works out for our good. We were never taught how to allow God to work through us for that good. We were never taught how to transform evil into good, pain into healing, sorrow into joy, failure into intelligence, doubt into faith, abuse into advocacy, remorse into conviction, shame into integrity, degradation into a renewed sense of self, grief into gratitude, uncertainty into flexibility, fear into courage, oppression into liberation, trauma into revival, breaking into integration. We have the ability to transform one thing into another. And for this, I am grateful. I have learned how to appreciate my heartbreaks and life shitstorms. My experience of them gives me a level of empathy, patience, and compassion for others that a textbook could never provide. Never. And the textbooks give me language and frameworks and theories to process through that my experiences alone did not provide. And for that, I am grateful. And that is where that inspiration was awakened to do what I've been called to do better, to show up, to shine, to transmute, to transform things. Know that I have the ability to do that, and then guide others in doing that and share whatever I learn along the way, because it is that momentum and that progression and that transformation that allows us to use crap and turn it into fertilizer, turn it into something that benefits us all. If any part of it resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. Until the next video, be nice to yourself.